Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the E36 podcast. Tonight, I got myself Hector, also known as E36, and with me, I got Mario,
What's up?
aka
Jazzy.
You want to tell him about that?
I didn't know you were gonna do that.
Hey, well,
yeah, man. I mean, I kind of already did it in my first stream. I did on. I think I streamed on Sunday. Sunday, where I announced that I updated my name, bro. I went by.
Thank God.
I went by Lamario. Now I'm going by Jazzy. Jazzy. So Jawzie.
Yeah.
Jazzy. And yeah, man, whatever you guys know me as, Mario, Jazzy, I'm cool with either, honestly. Or Jaws.
I like Jaws.
But yeah, man, I get my stage name now. I guess it's Jazzy. But like I said, man, you guys can call me whatever you feel like, Mario or Jazzy. I appreciate either.
And speaking of stage names, I've had Scene 6 for a while now, and even obviously just I'd like to be called as just 6 or whatever. But obviously, I introduced in the pod. I'd be like, "Oh, I say Hector because you guys call me that." And I kind of wish we had those nicknames like in place, where like it's a habit where you would call me that, and like imagine with you, like we just call you Jaws.
And I call you 6.
I'd be raw as fuck, man.
Say yo, 6. What do you think about it?
I think it's possible.
It'll be hard. Not gonna lie.
I think it's possible because Hav, right? Okay, so I have a childhood nickname. I'm not going to say my nickname. Better not say nothing. I have a childhood nickname, right? And Hav, we're cousins, right? And we grew up together. And he would call me by that nickname. And it wasn't until I brought him along with you, Mario, and everyone else. And all of you guys would call me by my first name, Hector. And since he was hanging out with us a lot.
I remember it now.
Now he calls me Hector.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
So it's definitely possible. Hey, but speaking of that, right? Shout out to fucking Luis, right? Because Luis actually, he would, ever since I made it, because he messaged me before, like about asking or whatever, and I would talk to him. I would talk to him here and there. And then I told him how, I was switching my stage name or whatever the fuck. And he actually called me by my stage name. He's like, all right, bro.
Hey, man, shout out Luis.
Yeah, shout out to you, man. But yeah, I want to start, building my own persona, my own brand in the internet, whatever, as that. So yeah, I mean, but either if the OGs, you guys know you guys call me whatever, guys.
We appreciate
Jazzy,
it.
yeah, Jazzy, fucking yeah, we got it. But okay, guys. So yeah, we are going to be reviewing Pixar's Elemental, and this review, I mean, we're pretty late on it because if you guys followed our Instagram, right? And I forgot to get into that. Jesus Christ, man.
I was worried about bringing it up. I'm like, you might want to.
Yeah, before speaking of our Instagram, but yeah, guys, you guys can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Google, SoundCloud, and YouTube. And if you're listening to Apple, Spotify, or like even Google, leave us a rating. Like that'll help us a lot, and maybe leave a comment and stuff. And if you leave a comment in those ratings, we'll actually read it on the pod.
Yeah, we'll shout you out.
So yeah, make sure you follow our socials at E36 Podcast, or go to E36podcast.com. You can see all of our links through there. Also, you make sure you follow our second YouTube channel called E36 Clips. That's where we'll upload all of our clips. Or if you don't have enough time to listen to the whole podcast, we'll post all the highlights there. Also, make sure you follow our main page called E36 to stay up to date with geek news and films, TV, and video games. And the socials are at E36, or go to E36.com. You're gonna find all of our socials through there. Everything will be in the description. Okay. So now let's get into it. So yeah, Pixar's Elemental. If you saw our Instagram, we're getting lit.
Yeah,
I was getting lit, bro. Fuck, like, not gonna lie, you were too, low key.
Yeah, I was too, bro.
You know what I noticed though?
I looked back at the video I took.
What video?
I can't say it, but
no, you gotta delete that shit. No, bro. Mario, you have to delete that. Mario, you have to delete that.
I can't delete it from the memory.
No. You have to.
Why?
Wait, was I shown in the video?
I don't remember, but we can check after the pod.
You said no. You promised me. You said if I was shown in the video, you delete it. That's what you said.
But I saw it now. I just said I don't remember. I was really just more listening to it than watching it, right?
No. You said if I was in the video, you would delete it. But if it's not,
what if I edit you out of the video?
All right, it's fine.
All right, bet. I'll edit you out.
No, fine. Shake on it.
Bet. I'll edit you out of the video, bet.
If I'm on it. All right, fine. Whatever. No, but still, bro. If that video goes out, I'm fucked.
That's one of those videos I'm like, bro, I'm only it's for the memories, really, bro. I'm never gonna post that thing.
We're not gonna, for the listeners, we're not gonna tell you, man. We're not gonna tell you, dude. Like, for some of you guys understand, when y'all with your boys, y'all drinking, y'all be going crazy, y'all be wilding. All right, let's be real, man. We're not gonna like, sugarcoat and be like,
dive deep into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like sugarcoat it. We're like, no, like we're always good Samaritans. Like, hey, man, like,
man,
come on,
I know what you mean.
We be fucking around.
Yeah,
but yeah, so I feel like it was just mostly you and I, bro. Like, not even Everardo was lit. Like, Everardo wasn't even lit. Teely, not even that much.
Teely, I feel like Teely was getting there, but then he kind of slowed down.
Yeah.
Me is when I brought all those fucking Topo Chicos, the glass bottles. I was downing them hoes because I was like, these are so good.
Bro, we still have a lot as well. Like, we still have a shit ton left.
I would take some, but I'm gonna be getting lit every day over in Barcelona, bro.
And speaking of Barcelona, guys, that's right. So the Pixar Elemental review, we know it's late. Also, Secret Invasion is going to be late. But for Secret Invasion, most likely would have to combine two. I know you guys said each episode, but we most likely will have to combine 2 episodes in one pod, just because we couldn't do the review the weekend that just passed because we were taking a break or whatever. And in those reviews, it's just going to be me and Hav, because Mario, he's going to Barcelona. Do you want to give a quick?
So I'm gonna be gone for like the next
what, 2 weeks?
Maybe from the pod, maybe 2 weeks.
You don't know?
From here, here in America, I'm gonna be gone for like a good like a week and like 2 days, week and 3 days, because I'm gonna be other side of the world. I'm gonna be in Europe, guys. I'm gonna be in Barcelona going on my vacation.
Yeah.
For the first time since like freshman year of high school. This is only my second vacation ever taken in my life. It's just gonna be me and my brother, and I can't wait because I don't really post a lot on social media, like in terms of like my personal stuff.
Right.
So like this is like my big coming out party in terms of like, because I lost a lot of weight. Hold on, let me explain. I knew you're gonna laugh because I haven't posted in a long time because I got really overweight. Yo, I know what you're gonna say.
Hey, it's coming out party. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Happy Pride Month. This man coming out.
This is more like me coming like saying like, hey yo, I lost 50 pounds.
Hey yo guys, I like men.
Only you, bitch.
This motherfucker. Hey, happy Pride Month out there. It's still Pride Month, all right?
Nah, man. But low key, bro. I was like, fuck. Why'd I word it like that? And I was like, shit. I should have said something else. But like, people get the point, right?
Yeah, I get you.
But like I said, me and Hector, we went on a journey of losing weight, right? For me, it's been a year now. I don't know if I told you. It's officially been a year.
I'm trying to get ripped like the Batman.
Yeah, Hector's trying to get legit ripped. I'm not even bullshitting you. And he's gonna reach it for sure. He has that determination. Me,
he's trying to be like Robin from the movies. He's my sidekick.
Yo, man.
He's trying to be built like the Beast Titan.
The Beast Titan? What the fuck? You bitch. You motherfucker.
That's a good tip.
I hate you.
Bro, you said, hey, you don't want to get ripped. You don't want to get muscle. What the fuck?
I want to get toned down. You know what I mean? I want to get toned down. You're legit trying to get 6-pack, biceps, chest, that's your goal, bro. Like Hector's for sure going for it, bro.
Damn, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a while.
It's gonna take a while, but once you're there, bro, you're gonna be like, I did that shit. Like I did that shit.
Yeah. Then okay. Can you give an example of like where I guess you're trying to get ripped at, like?
Me?
I
mean, I'm just like
is there
not
anyone...
you, because that's crazy.
No, okay, Mario. No. Mario acted like I'm gonna be juiced up like a bodybuilder. No, bro. Like I'm trying to people who have seen Robert Pattinson's Batman to Daredevil like type of like rip, or like you see your tone as fuck, but you still got the abs going.
I thought.
Or like maybe the Punisher.
I thought you said you still toned as fuck, but you still got that ass.
No, not that ass.
I thought you.
No, but y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all seen Robert Pattinson's Batman, fucking Daredevil's, Netflix's Daredevil, maybe the Punisher, like something like that. You feel me? Like,
I actually recently saw a clip on IG or TikTok about Punisher. It low-key interested me. I might check it out. He's like at a construction site. Yeah. I don't want to say too much because I got
Yeah.
low people spoiled, but it ain't treating me like I'm like. But yeah, man, just to like
Okay. I get
recap
you.
it real quick. I'm
Yeah, you're
just like
coming
I'm.
out. Yeah.
No, motherfucker.
That's what you said.
Fuck, you know what I meant though. You're trying to twist it.
All right.
But yeah, like I said, we both been trying to lose weight, and like I said, I lost around. Last time I weighed myself was officially 50 pounds. So and like I said, I really post to like IG shit like that. So when I'm over there,
I get it.
It's gonna be like, hey, like yo, like
Right.
I haven't posted in like 2 years on
Damn,
Instagram.
bro.
It's been a long time. I don't
Oh,
use
shit.
social media a lot. But if you want to check out what's it called? Because on my other account, my Jazzy account on IG, I will be posting stories on there, right? Because I'm not gonna be posting day one on my personal IG, but just because I'm gonna wait 2 days to get pictures of myself and then I'm gonna post it.
Yeah.
But if you want to see me in Barcelona, I'm probably gonna use my Jazzy account as like my spam account, low key when it comes to my stories. So if you want to check me out, if you're interested in seeing Barcelona,
what's your at?
I believe
Tell
my
them.
ad on IG is Jazzy. But I don't know. It could be just Jazzy. Hold up. How do you check your ad again?
You don't know?
I'm not good with social media, bro.
Right there. That's up.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Because I'm like, which
That's
one
your
is
username.
it? So at just Jazzy. If you
That's
want,
everywhere.
if you're everywhere, okay, bet everywhere.
How do you not know your own?
Because you're the one. I was like, Hector, you do it, bro. You're like, do the ads. Am I Jazzy or just Jazzy? You know what I mean? But if you're interested in seeing what Barcelona's
his
like,
at is just Jazzy, like actually at and then just the word just and then Jazzy, JAWZIE.
yeah, man. Hector,
I mean, go to actually if you look at our link tree or like our Hero, if you go to HeroVisionPodcast.com, you're gonna see if you scroll all the way down, you're gonna see all of our socials,
Yeah,
like
man.
all of our Instagrams.
Yeah,
So,
man. But yeah, I'm gonna be spamming over there for sure on that.
So, yeah.
On my job.
I mean, at least when you're gone, it's not gonna be for like I think it's a good because when you're leaving, I don't think there's anything else like that.
Like no big movie.
No, I think the one when you come back, the one after, maybe Oppenheimer.
Hopefully, I don't miss.
I don't
that,
know,
'cause
bro.
I do want to see that movie.
No, I'm pretty sure, bro. But whatever. But yeah, guys. So that's going to be the update, and obviously we're gonna continue doing the Secret Invasion reviews, which unfortunately Mario's not gonna be a part of them. So it's just gonna be me and Hav.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and also with questions, I've gotten many questions, but they're mostly pertaining to certain questions that we already talked about, like canon stuff or like Secret Invasion shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like so. I'm gonna answer those questions with Hav, and not in this episode, just because. I mean,
It would only be you talking, motherfucker.
yeah, type shit.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not an MCU lore.
No, you gonna get there.
Lore master.
You gonna get there. So, okay, so yeah, guys. Let's get right into it. Elemental. First off, I just want to say when I saw the trailer, I was okay, typical. Okay, we kind of got this. We got like the synopsis of it in the trailer. Okay, it's gonna be like one of those. But speaking of,
Be like one of those.
yeah, like typical. If we're gonna be real, it's a generic story. Like I feel like we've seen it many times.
Yeah, that's true. That is
Oh
true.
fuck! And I forgot. It's just gonna be a spoiler-free
Oh
segment.
yeah, spoiler.
No, spoiler-free segment. Remember we're doing that?
You're right.
Dude, I was about to go crazy. No. So yeah, guys, so we're gonna do so this right now we are going to do a non-spoiler review, and then we're gonna cut to the spoiler discussion.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so based on the trailer, it's a very simple, generic story,
Mhm.
right? Of this person. We meet this person who necessarily is trying to find themselves and do what they want to do, and not necessarily live other people's dreams, as in like their parents' dreams, whatever.
Mhm.
And I feel like we've seen that like many times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, bro? Like it's very
Mhm.
generic. And speaking of, like I said, the trailer, this movie didn't get a lot of like advertisement. I feel like, man.
No, that's yeah. I feel
know
like
what I mean?
I wouldn't see it a lot whenever I would be on YouTube. You got a little ad before the
Yeah.
video. I didn't feel like I didn't see it on there. I didn't feel like I see it on TikTok. TikTok has ads, or like just simply scrolling through social media or
Yeah.
watching TV shit like that. I feel like I didn't see it a lot.
It wasn't marketed like a lot, and I think that is the reason why this movie is the second most like the most is a second. How do I say this?
I don't know the statistic you're pulling up. Second least, second most.
It's one of the worst box office opening for Pixar.
Ah.
It's a second.
So okay,
Not the
wait,
very
no, wait,
worst.
hold on. Now you're confusing me because I'm like, I know what you're trying to say,
Not
but
the-
now you're confusing me.
Not the first worst, but the second.
It's the second worst box office Pixar movie.
Yes, opening weekend. Yes.
Opening weekend Pixar movie. There we go.
Yes.
Second
It's not the
worst.
very last, but just the second to last.
Second worst.
I don't know what's the worst. I forgot what it was, but this was the second. Whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, many people would conclude that it's maybe, you know, obviously we see on social media that a lot of parents are not, even people are not happy with what Disney is. You know, they would call it woke, all these different things.
I didn't even feel like this movie.
No.
Really like that.
No,
though.
it's more so like just boycotting. You know what I mean? So many parents are not really liking Disney. They're not really taking their kids to go see these movies and stuff. And it shows, you know, Disney films, like many Disney films that came out this year have, like, their budget has been crazy high.
Yeah.
But the money that they're getting is not meeting that shit. And I think that's what happened here. But like I said, it could also be with marketing because I didn't really see it a lot. And yeah, like I didn't really see it a lot. I mean, it's Pixar, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm high with Pixar.
Me too. Just
Like I don't
because-
think there's any movie that I didn't like with Pixar or whatever. I mean, the argument like people always fucking say is Cars 2, but I actually liked Cars 2.
I like Cars 2 also. I
Yeah,
don't really-
people are probably listening to this. Man, fuck y'all.
Cars 2 is amazing, bro.
I like Cars 2, man.
Cars
It's
the
not
original is my favorite out of the Cars.
No, yeah, like it's not the greatest Pixar movie, but it's not bad in my opinion. Like I don't think there's any Pixar movie that I've seen that I'm like
It's truly
that's
like
mid
it's
as fuck.
bad.
Like not
it's
or
bad.
or even mid. Or actually,
I gotta think. I really gotta think.
I mean,
I would
I
have
could
to
think
look
the
at a
close. I think for me, the closest to mid, which I think I still thought it was a good movie and I really enjoyed it, but the closest to mid for me personally that I could think of on my top of my head was Lightyear.
I was thinking the same thing, just because of how it was rushed. Remember?
Yeah, man.
Like it skipped over a lot of time, like really
Right.
fucking fast. I feel you. Like I said, for me, I don't want to say anything too like definite because I gotta see a list of everything they release when it comes to movies. That is.
We could do a. I think I'm trying to remember who this. One of I'm trying to remember his name. It's because he doesn't have his actual name on his social media. It's just a user, and I can't remember the user.
Well,
but
he was talk about it. He knows you're talking about him then.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to you. He was mentioning how we should do a tier list for the MCU movies and stuff.
Oh,
I'm like,
Zion?
No, I don't think that was. Was it Zion? Was it Zion? No, I don't.
Who was
I don't
it?
think it was Zion. Shout out to you, Zion, though.
Yeah, for
when y'all
sure,
gonna review a game? That's good. We should put that on a t. When we do merch, we should do that. We should put
When
that
y'all
on a
gonna review a
t-shirt. Yeah. When are y'all gonna review a game? That's funny as fuck. No, but yeah, I can't remember if it was Zion. I don't think it was. But yeah, they recommended of doing those lists and stuff or rankings. I feel like Pixar, that could be a really good one. That could be a really good episode.
Yeah, that would
Ranking
be
Pixar.
Going. Yeah,
Ranking-
that would be.
Yeah, right. It could be like maybe crack a cold one.
Yeah.
It'll be like when we did our top 5 video game franchises. Where we're
Or
just
when
drinking
like
and chilling.
there's like nothing to review and we're like, damn, we haven't posted in 2 weeks. There's no movies. that
Exactly,
interest
something
us.
like
we
that.
gotta pump something
Right.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, back to Pixar. Very generic story, but yeah, even though it was very generic, I still think it did a really good job, and you're just gonna like it. You're just gonna enjoy it.
You just sit there and like, I'm enjoying this. Like, I'm not. Am I wowed?
Yeah, the
No.
characters are very likable as well. I really like the environment, right?
Yeah, because how everything's an element.
Yeah, like I always enjoyed Pixar for how creative they were to make certain environments and mix their art style with it. I would say is that yes, I guess the argument that a lot of people are saying as well is that Pixar's animation is just all the same, copy and paste. And I'm like, I guess I could kind of see that with this one, but it's Pixar, man. You're gonna like it.
Yeah, man. I
You
don't
know
know.
what I mean?
With me, Pixar, they just have I guess you could say they got like a soft spot in my heart just because they've made so many legendary movies.
Yeah.
And you never know with Pixar like which one's gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
You know. And with Elemental, I didn't come in thinking is this gonna be a hit. I came in thinking I'm like, okay, what am I in store for? Just because I really only saw the one trailer and I'm like, okay, this is not only is it a story about like discovering who you want to be, but it tells a story about
And doing
like,
what
for-
you want to do.
and doing what you want to do. But it tells a story about, for I guess you can, and I hope it's not a spoiler. Forbidden love, that was shown in the trailer, right? That's the vibe I got off the trailer.
Oh no, yes, in the
because
trailer, right?
you clearly see one's made out the girl, the chick, I forgot her name. One's fire and the other one's water.
Exactly.
And kind of like the imagery you see there, or the metaphor you see there, is like opposites attract. You know what I mean?
Right, or like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Essentially, where you could. There's many different themes in this movie. You know, like we said, you know, acceptance, finding yourself, doing you, being able to have that comfort with families to tell them,
Being honest.
yeah, all these different things. And not only that, another big one, like I said, like what Mario said in the trailer, is how you can pretty much connect and fall in love with anyone regardless of who, how they look, and even if, you know, if all the circumstances are against you, you know, it's still possible. There's that possibility for you to, you know, make that work. You know what I mean? And we saw that here. Basically like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
that's
Romeo and Juliet,
exactly.
In element form. You know
Which
what
I actually
mean?
liked. You know
Yeah,
what
no,
mean?
I enjoyed it too.
And it's a very fun movie as well. It's a very fun movie. I think they had great messages. The pacing was really good as well. It didn't feel rushed like Lightyear.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It didn't feel like too long. I was actually invested like throughout. Me personally, what about you, Mario?
No, I was invested throughout the movie. I never had a moment I'm just like, damn, I feel the time. I feel the length of the movie. I never had that feeling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was about to say because I didn't feel that either. And what else was I going to mention? And there's also moments where, you know, typical Pixar fashion where there are some sad elements, pun intended.
Yeah.
in the movie, you know. I think Pixar's really known for that, to like really get you in the feels.
That's true.
You know what I mean? If you really think about it.
I was about to say spoiler.
No, don't say.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say a moment where you kind of got me.
But you know what I mean? I think Pixar's really into that. And truthfully, guys, if you enjoy Pixar, I mean, expect this movie just to be like every other Pixar movie, you know, of all these different characteristics that I listed out that Mario and I have said. It's another, and this is gonna sounds bad, right? It's another generic Pixar movie. It was, you know, I thought it was, but even though it was generic and it's another generic Pixar movie, I still thought it was good. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, generic for Pixar is a good movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can say it's another generic Fast and Furious movie, and you're like, oh, so it's dog shit. But that's different.
No, I
when it
get
comes
you.
to Pixar.
I get
you. Know
you.
What I mean?
Yeah, and I guess maybe that could be a critique. Maybe they should explore.
And maybe just go to maybe take more risk now because.
Yeah, like I would say, I think in my opinion, like I thought like a more complex story was Soul. Soul was really good. Do you remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
I would say Soul.
I think that was like the last Pixar movie that actually made like really big noise, if that makes sense.
I think so.
That was the last one.
Because I think because remember Luca?
I remember Luca. Yeah,
that
one was good, but
that one came out.
That one came out on Disney Plus. Am
Yeah,
I
bro.
wrong? Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm saying I think that's why it didn't get a lot of hype around it. But it did make some noise, was because like why was it released on Disney Plus?
Yeah, but I really liked Luca as well.
I like Luca too.
Same with Turning Red. Turning Red didn't come out in theater
Yeah,
either.
but say Turning Red, I enjoyed that too.
Turning Red didn't come out. I mean, it only came out on Disney Plus. You know, but yeah, I would say yeah. I thought Pixar went safe with this route. Maybe that's why people are kind of like, you know, kind of trashing on it a bit. But no, I thought it's Pixar, man. It's
you know, getting quality.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say like it's one of the best Pixar films.
Nah,
it's not one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely like not one of the worst or anything. It's definitely it's good. It's just a good film. It's I thought you know, so yeah, guys. If you really do enjoy Pixar, just expect like from stories like I would say like Luca, Turning Red, even Soul, like the recent Pixar movies. It's gonna be similar to that. You know, in the sense of how the animation is really cool. You enjoy the characters. The pacing is well done. There's moments where it's fun and happy, and then there's moments where it's really sad, right? This movie has pretty much everything that what Pixar is known for. You know, can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, that's going to be our non-spoiler review. We're going to give our rating for it.
Mm-hmm.
So Mario, you want to go first?
I would say for this movie, I think it's a very solid movie in terms of Pixar. Keep that in mind. I'm comparing it to other Pixar movies. I think it's good. I think it's great. I think I would give this. I'd probably give this a 7. It's good.
7. Okay.
7.
Yeah. I think I liked it a little bit more than you.
Oh shit, for real.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Damn.
Yeah, I really liked it, man. I thought it was really cool. I liked the characters a lot. I liked the, you know. But yeah, so Mario's gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it an 8. It's definitely not one of the best, but it was, you know, it was great. So now, guys, before we get into Mario, is it worth the ticket?
Okay.
And if it is, which kind?
I think if you are a fan of Pixar and you're thinking about, you know, taking the kids out, shit like that, I think it's worth it. I think I don't think this movie is terrible. I was like, nah, bro, don't take the whole family out. No, don't waste your money.
Yeah.
No, I think it's worth a movie ticket, and I would say regular movie ticket, a regular, you know.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Remember how I said like some shit? We were
Dolby?
talking about a movie, right?
Dolby?
No, he was talking about like the
IMAX?
name for the ticket. He was like, it's a la carte or
Admission.
Nothing more than matinee or some shit like that. He said some shit like that because matinee.
Admission, no? Admission ticket?
No,
An
he said
admission
something-
ticket
he's
is normal.
Admission, like no, he didn't say admission. I know for a fact he did it because I remember I found it funny. I was like, what the fuck? I never knew that meant normal ticket. That's what
Admission, that's a normal ticket.
No, but he didn't say admission. He said something else. I know for a fact. But it doesn't matter either way. It's worth the ticket in my opinion. If you're a fan of Pixar, but if you're not a diehard fan of Pixar,
IMAX? Is it worth that?
I wouldn't say IMAX.
Dolby?
I mean, it is animated, so it might be just because of that, and it's Pixar. It's gonna hit better if it isn't Dolby for just for the brighter colors and shit like that. I do that if you really are a diehard fan of Pixar, but I think it's just worth the regular, admission. Movie ticket.
All right, so now, okay, guys, so there you go. Now we're gonna get into the spoiler discussion and the spoiler review, right?
All right, so it starts right now. I can't believe he died, motherfucker. No, I'm joking.
We're gonna jump right into it right there.
What
You want to talk about that? I was about to say, like, I kind of want to, like.
No. You go into your path, your route.
Okay. So this, like I said, what I mentioned, this story is very generic. How we meet these family members who they're immigrants or immigrants. I said migrants. It's because in the movie they said migrants.
Yeah.
So is it migrants or immigrants? What the
Just
fuck?
say immigrants. They're both.
That's
Wait,
what
you're
I'm
right.
asking.
Are they the same thing?
That's what I'm
Let's just
asking.
go with immigrants because they came from lava
Because they said
land.
migrants, didn't they?
I don't remember, but I just say immigrants because they came from a different
Lava land.
or I
Right.
forgot or fireland, whatever the fuck. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But do you see where I got
Yeah,
confused?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
wait,
yeah,
they said
actually.
migrants, but immigrants. What the fuck is it? We're dumb as fuck.
We are
Hey, I could recite you the whole lore of
MCU
the MCU, but I can't tell you the difference between
migrant and
immigrant. Oh my god, that's
Wait,
funny
maybe
as
it's
fuck.
mean same thing because I've heard the term migrant workers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fucking know, guys. Let us know in the comments. Should we look it up? I mean, whatever.
That doesn't matter.
But anyways, I'm gonna say immigrants.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we meet this family that were immigrants. They came from Lava Land. They come into Element City. So that means, that tells us too is okay. If there's Lava Land, it's just fire, right? That means there's fucking Cloud Land, Waterland.
No, it'll be.
You know what's
Water
weird?
World.
No, you know what? Want to know something cool? Want to know something I was thinking about through the movie?
What?
Is that there's water people, right? But then they sail into Element City in water. So
You're right.
that's one. Ready? The second is we see Earth, right? We see trees and all that shit, right? But in the store, right, the fireplace where the dad, he makes that store, he's selling like wood shit.
You're right. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. What the fuck?
So like, do people are donating parts of their bodies or some shit, or like the dead, or like
Maybe. be.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean. What the fuck? It's one of the things where I didn't pay attention to.
That's
bro.
what I was thinking
One
about
thing,
this whole
one thing
time.
I thought of was I was like, you know how there's clouds?
Yeah.
You know how there was like there. I was like, wait, you know how they were like in the air? What's that shit called? The Zeppelin? No, not a Zeppelin. The it's not a hot air balloon. It's
it's
what's that shit?
I mean, a
We're not showing how.
No,
I
hey,
swear
the
to God,
Zepp-
we're not this stupid.
Hey, the Zeppelin is like that huge ass thing in like World War
Yeah, but it's
II or
that
some
thing,
shit.
right? It's that
A
thing.
blip.
A blimp. There you go. A blimp.
No, a blimp.
Wait.
Blimp.
Blimp. Yeah, well, you know.
I said blip.
Oh.
No, it's blimp.
Blimp.
BLIMP. Yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
but it would show that they were in there, and that's how they transported. I'm like, wait, but you're clouds though. Can't you just like,
Like, go
float?
through it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I guess they kind of did tease it. Remember that scene? I mean, I think we see it in the trailer as well, where Ash, that's her name, right? The fire girl.
Oh, that was her name. Okay.
And then
I forgot the dude's
what was the dude's name?
I can look it up real quick.
I forgot. But do you remember when they were at that fence, and the water dude just goes through the fence, and then the same with the flame, and they're like, "Why is that there?" It's like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So I guess they do kind of like,
poke fun at it.
poke fun of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, yo, bro, there's the ocean, but there's water people. Like, what the fuck? Like
Wade.
Wade, yes, Wade.
And her name's Ember.
Oh, Ember. Right. What?
Yeah, Ember.
Why did I think of Ash? What the hell? I could have
I
sworn.
don't know.
Is that the last?
I mean, it
name?
makes sense.
Is that the last name? No, because
no,
don't you
Ember
remember
Lumen.
Ember's fire? Oh, okay. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. So that's what I was thinking about, bro. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm like, there's wood pieces in the fireplace, but whatever. So, anyways, guys, these parents come through this Element City. They're starting a new life, and they can't find, a house. They're trying to find a place to live, but they're neglected because they're fire. They burn stuff up.
They're like one of the first fire people to live in Element City.
Exactly, and that's what I want to like mention as well, is what Mario just said. So before we touch on that in a bit, they are having trouble to, find a place to stay. They're in this like rundown like area, like it's like just a rundown, like a ghost town kind of like broken stuff, and the dad finds this building and he says, "Yo, look at this." And even though it's all fucked up, I'm gonna build this, and he ends up building it, and he turns it into a house / a store. Like a was it a cafe or something?
It was like
convenience store,
like a fire store where they sold Fireland like shit.
They sold food, they sold like items, like I guess what I mostly connected to it, bro, is like como si fuera like la mexicana.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
like a Mexican store
where you
go in, it's like authentic Mexican stuff,
yep.
Food, whatever. That's literally what that was.
That's what. That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
And they have like authentic stuff from Fireland or whatever, or Lavaland, or
one of the two. Yeah.
And from that happening, bro, I kind of like I was like, dang, man, like that's facts, bro. People do this, man. People would come from different countries to seek for a better life, which they mention this in the movie. The father mentions that, and even the daughter. They come here for a better life, and they do their own thing, as in like they start up businesses and like whatever. So that's like, I really did like that. You see that with many immigrants that do that, and I mean, including my own family and everything. And so I thought that was pretty cool. I could relate to that in a sense, and I could definitely relate to the whole premise of the thing where, you're taking over your family's business or something, but you don't want to because you want to do your own thing. I could definitely relate with that shit, man. Like, and I'm sure Everardo maybe feels that, or maybe other people. It's definitely like a real thing, because like you have that pressure, bro. We're like, dang, like, because if this person, if my father or whatever, right, is gone, who's gonna take the reins?
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's that added pressure, and it's like you're kind of
like
forced
if I don't take it over, I have to. It has to close down.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And like it's something that my dad has built years since he's got here, and I'm just shut it down because I don't want to.
Yeah, I know.
And then, but then again, it's like I want to do my own thing. On some Miles Morales action. Nah, I'm finna do my own thing.
Yeah.
Some Miles Morales shit, right? And so I definitely related with that, man, because I mean that's how it is in my life, you know, and I've definitely had other friends who were in a similar position, so I definitely understood that. But one thing, like going back to Mario, these people were the first fire people, and because of that determination, and they built up their store and their house, that entire ghost town or whatever became just like a fire, like a fire town.
Yeah, like it's all.
I would think of it like Chinatown.
Yeah, there you go. Yes,
Like that.
perfectly. Yes.
You know, that's what I was thinking of. It's like, okay, so it's like Chinatown, like in Chicago and like all these different places where it's a block or maybe like a huge, not even just a block, but
An
like
area where like
a huge
hey,
area where
if you're
it's just
from
strictly-
Fireland,
exactly,
you live here.
type shit. You know, that's the way I took it. And so to me, I was like, oh shit, okay. And that's what happens, man, with early settlements. You know, few people, they migrate right to another country. They get to this area, they build some stuff up, and because other people are coming into the country, the same culture as them, they're gonna stay with them. Does that make sense? And then it just becomes like a big thing.
It becomes when
You know
it's
what I
what they know. They're like, oh, it's a new city, and there's someone who's like me.
Just kind of like where we live right now. There's hella Mexicans.
Yeah, that's facts. Where we're at, there is a lot of Mexicans. That's true.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, that's just how it is, right? And so yeah, we meet. Like I already said, we already met Ember. We later meet Wade, and I didn't expect to meet Wade the way that we met him.
Yeah, I know. I was expecting more of like, oh, she's out and about, and we bump into him like that, not in the way.
Yeah,
we did. Yeah,
you know, because so what happens is Ember is trying to take over the fireplace, which is the store, but she can't control her temper. You know, she has to learn her temper because she's a hothead, pun intended. And her father, typical, hey, when you're ready, whatever. And many years go by to the point like he's getting old, man.
Yeah,
like he's like dying. He's coughing up black smoke and shit.
Yeah, which is creative as hell.
Yeah, it's creative, and so like that's what's happening. So she's trying to take over, and as her father left her, said, hey, we're gonna have a huge sale this day. You're gonna take over. And as she's taking over by herself, she's stressed. She loses her temper. She goes in the basement. She fucking blows up, and she destroys a pipeline of water, and the fucking basement starts flooding. And then through the water, that's where Wade comes in. You know, and Wade is like a not like a health no,
he's a city inspector. Yeah,
and he gets sucked into that basement. He looks at the basement, says, "Yeah, it's a wraps. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Y'all got no permits. Y'all got nothing." And not gonna lie, man, I know friends, bro, and even like I'll admit, like when I was younger and like own businesses, especially with like people that built it up like from the ground up. Like maybe our fucking Mexican stores or Mexican restaurants, man, they might not have perfect shit.
That's facts.
Like permits, whatever. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I'm like, that's kind of relatable, man. I'm like, man, fuck that guy. Like, fuck Wade, right?
Fuck Wade, yeah. It's funny because when we first get introduced to Wade here, he's like, oh my god, he's like crying. Wade's like really
Wade's a crybaby, man.
He's a crybaby. I mean, right? You find out why later.
His entire family.
Yeah, I was gonna say his whole family's like that, but his whole time he's looking at all the issues and shit. It's like this pipe doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like, and then Ember tells him, "I'm like, no, you can't give us a ticket. Like I don't need that right now. I'm supposed to take over the store. My dad's really old." He's like, "Your dad's old."
And he starts crying even harder.
He's like, "I gotta write even more tickets now." And that shit was mad funny, bro.
That shit was funny. Like he was crying, but he's like, I got a job to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck. I got a job to do, man. Like, whatever. But so that's what happens. Okay, so I guess let me just finish this real quick. So that's what happens. He ends up escaping, through the window because he's water. And he ends up running off to deliver these tickets, these citations to the city hall or whatever,
City Hall,
to shut down the business.
Yeah.
And now the goal is for Ember to not to get the business shut down.
Yeah, especially since her dad left her in charge of the store for that red dot sale or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
And if she were to get it shut down, it's like, what the fuck? So then she goes after Wade. She chases him because like I can't, like this motherfucker can't go to City Hall. So you get like this whole chase scene. of Ember going after Wade, and the way they did it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way of like showing us like the world.
Yeah,
If that
exactly.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into it further, I wanted to mention, because we were mentioning about her father passing away and stuff, or like not passing away, but like becoming old and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing throughout the movie, bro, that got me at least.
Mm-hmm.
Because my father, you know, we own our own business and stuff, and he's been doing this for years, but motherfucker getting old. And you start to see that, you know, because like with here, okay, we see Ember as a baby, we see, you know, the father all good and healthy or whatever, and then as years goes by, Ember is older, and the father, you see him, he's a bit shorter, you see like he has wrinkles, he's coughing, he's moving kind of slow. And I related with that, bro, because like I don't know if you think about this either, but that's how that's how I see my father. You know, I remember, you know, being a kid and stuff, he looks normal, whatever, but now I'm starting to notice like, oh shit,
The gray hairs.
like motherfucker getting old, bro.
Yeah, I know
like,
what you
the way
mean.
he moves, whatever, and it makes me feel bad because as you guys know, and this is another thing that I really did enjoy, is most immigrants that come to a different country for a better life and they start working and stuff, and they're maybe you'll be your 30s or whatever, you know, some people might get lucky being in the 20s, but maybe, you know, mid 30s, maybe even 40s, right? They don't have like a 401k built up.
Nope.
They don't necessarily have a retirement. So that's why you see these people who are 60s, 70s still working at their and and taking over, I mean, and still running their shop and everything. Or, you know, even if people come in here early, you know, they might have residency, but they still might not have they're still waiting on a work permit. They're still waiting on their social to build up that 401k and all that stuff, right? Even though you have residency, it just takes forever because millions of people are waiting on that. It's just a lot for the court and like the system to process. So it sucks because you can't necessarily you can't see your father or whatever retire, even though that's his goal, right? But even then, like, he's already old to the point where he's coughing, bro.
Yeah.
And he's retiring at that age, so he's probably old as fuck, you know? So that's the one thing that I see is like, dang, bro, like my dad getting old as hell and he's still doing what he got to do to pay the bills to keep the house, and it kind of like stings a bit because I'm like, damn, bro, like he can't like retire at like a normal person,
Like 60
type shit.
You
Yeah,
retire at 60. Yeah.
like he can't necessarily do that. Like the only way it's going to continue is if I you know, do something about it, essentially, or you know, my family and my siblings and stuff. So that whole scene, that whole like element, pun intended, right? And throughout the movie, that got me right there, man. And I think that's Pixar really does that really well, man. It really
They're able to hit home.
Yeah, Pixar is definitely tells great stories that are really relatable to many people. Even if it's not relatable to some people, you know, they still can make them feel that emotion. And I think that's why, like, I really like Pixar. You know what I mean? I don't know. You ever thought about that, bro? Or
Yeah, no, most definitely. Like, yeah, I'm able to relate to up to the point where like I'm not inheriting a family business part
Right.
but I am able to relate to the part where like my dad's getting old. I've told you about his job that he's the longest tenure. Him and some other dude, he's the longest one, but some other dudes has been there for a while.
Right.
Like he's been there 20 plus years. Like he's been doing that same job, driving almost like half an hour to like 40 minutes to work. Like you've seen the drive that he does, fucking 5 days, 6 days out of the week, sometimes 7 days out of the week. And it's one of the things where like you come home, you're like, damn, like I remember when I was like 8 years old, when you play soccer with me, you're running with me and all this shit. And now you're like when he gets out of bed, it's the
yeah,
you know what I
dude.
mean? It's like,
Yeah,
fuck.
man. Yeah, dude.
It's one of the things where like, damn, like just wait on me, Dad, I got you, type of feeling.
Yeah, I know what you mean, bro. And that's the thing is like, wait on me, right? But you don't know how long that's gonna be.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? So that's where keep trying this.
Yeah, I got you.
It's getting a little too dark in here, man. It's getting a little too dark. We going in deep, man. I'm finna cry.
That's what I say, bro. Let's get back to the review. It's getting too emotional.
Nah, come on, man.
Nah, I'm joking.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? So yeah, man. So like, I really, that's one thing I really do like about Pixar. So, anyways, you know, Ember. I don't know why I said it like that. Ember is chasing after Wade. You know, they finally make it to the area where it's like this. Who was he? City Hall
I forgot his
like
name.
he's the one who like sends out.
He basically looks at all the citations and all that shit, and he has control over if it's gonna actually go through like his boss, because his boss is the one that actually approves it and gets it done.
And it's like one of those tubes that you see like at your bank. Like, I mean, not many people deposit checks like that no more. But like back then, remember how like they put an actual check, they put it in a tube, and it just sucks it into like a
if you were to go through the drive-through of a bank, that type of thing.
Yeah. And so as they're there, you know, he ends up explaining. Well, actually, I forgot where it was, but Ember actually explained. Oh yeah, outside. They're outside this building, and Wade, you know, escapes through the door. The door's locked or whatever. Ember is there crying and thinking out loud of what's going to happen to her business and why it's important to her. Wade sees that and says, "Oh, like," as he's coming out after he delivered that thing to that person. He's like, "Why didn't you say that before?" And to me, I'm like, "Dang, like low key, right?"
Yeah,
you could have saved a lot of time. But anyway, so now Wade is finally on Ember's side. They talk with the guy that has all these different things. He's about to send it up to the tube, you know, and Wade is pressuring Ember to, you know, express her feelings, and that's another, I guess, theme we forgot to mention. You know, being able to express your feelings with people and have a connection. I think we did. I don't know.
It goes along with the being honest, like be honest with
like
yourself.
Connection. Yeah, it's okay. And Ember couldn't do it. You know, she gets mad. She blows up, burns everybody up, burns up the dude, and so he just ends up letting go of the tube of the little thing, and it gets sent up. And so now the goal is to, you know, Wade and Ember are finally together. Their goal is to stop that shit from happening. Stop, you know,
stop from the store being shut down.
So that so they finally meet the higher ups, you know, and I'm gonna just kind of like summarize this a bit. They meet the higher ups, which I forgot her name. She was like a cloud person.
She was a cloud person, yeah.
She understands her story. She understands of what's causing the. I forgot we gotta mention that, right? There's a drainage water leak issue that Wade was like inspecting, and that's how he got sucked into over there.
And that's
or whatever.
how he meets Ember.
Right. And so that's what's going on. And so the higher up chick, the cloud, she ends up understanding, but says, "Hey, I give you guys a week to find this issue, to find this leak, to find the issue, and hopefully, you know, that way, if you fix this issue and you find it, then we don't got to shut your shit down.
I'll get rid of all the citations."
Right. And so now that's what they're doing. They end up finding it, and it turns out it's just like a wooden gated door.
It's like
broken. Cracked.
Yeah, it's broken.
And like
all in the middle.
And it's a place where I don't know why they would. Wow, it was there before the fire people, right? Because it's like a huge drainage, like a huge drainage. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's like think of it as like imagine like a bunch of rivers throughout a city, but they're empty now because the fire people live there.
Yeah, so they close it off.
Yeah, they close it off.
But they close it off with a wooden door and not like a steel or cement.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So they end up finding the issue. They end up fixing it and whatever. And as all this is going on, you know, we see the love being sparkled up.
Yeah, because as Wade and Ember go to find this crack in this gate or whatever, they go in like this hot air balloon that Ember starts, and they have a little one-on-one with each other where they talk, or Ember kind of opens up without her getting mad right away. And Wade's like, "Oh shit, like she's actually a pretty cool fire person," you know what I mean?
Right.
And they have a cool little one-on-one. Like I said, they eventually find this crack, and it turns out the water's coming from this where like boats come in. You know, when you're like, I don't know how to describe it.
Like a dock?
It's like a dock, but like when the boat's coming in, like the water's moving a lot. It's going crazy. And so when the water goes over like this wall, it dumps into this like drainage area.
Yeah.
And that's what's causing the leak because there's gaps open. So the water goes through there. It's not staying in this confined area. So
Yeah.
that's why there's a leak. And so they find it. They sandbag it up. You know, that's what they did first, right? They sandbagged it.
Yeah.
They sandbag it up. It's a temporary fix, or at least that's what they think.
Yeah, it was
right?
temporary.
It was temporary. And after this, what happened? Because I don't remember exactly. It's been a couple days since the movie.
I know, right?
I'm trying to remember.
I think. I think. I don't
Oh
know.
wait, no wait. They go their separate ways. They think they fixed it. They're like,
Oh,
all we got to do
yeah,
now is
yeah.
let her know. I guess this is it, Wade. Like,
But Wade tried to pull some slick shit. Be like,
yeah.
Be like, all right, we're going our separate ways, but
Can I see you again?
yeah, can I see you again? And then what did she say? Nah.
She's like, nah,
bitch.
I'm fire. Your water, it will never work.
Yeah.
Because another thing that I guess it relates to the real world is that they're in this city of elements. There's a lot of because obviously water and fire, they're opposites. If they interact, fire gets burnt out. So there's kind of like already built-in hatred from like the water people and the fire people.
Yeah.
Because obviously water kills fire. So there's kind of like this discrimination against it.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what Ember says right here, like where it's like, yo, your water, like we would never work, like you're crazy. We can't even hold hands. We can't do none of that. But Wade is like, fuck that. You will.
I want you, bitch.
You set my heart ablaze,
For
bitch. But Wade says like, hey, I want to see a movie tomorrow. You down? And she's like, I'm not going. Remember, she says it. She turns him down.
Oh yeah, bro, hardcore.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm not going. Well, I'll be there at 6 or whatever the fuck. Next day comes. She there.
She's there,
Hey,
man.
we got that game. Hey, he got that water is, boy. Come
She's
on,
there,
now.
bro.
Yeah, but
And
so
then-
there's like a little montage right
Yeah,
here.
we get like a montage of them just getting close to each other,
Going on
And
a bunch of
then-
dates.
Yeah, then they end up falling in love.
Mhm.
But I think Ember just doesn't accept that yet. Remember that
Yeah,
she wasn't accepting.
She's
that.
like kind of closing it off.
Right. And then we find out because Wade ended up, because Ember she's not really good with her feelings. Wade was able to get those feelings out of her, and we now find out that she does not want to take over the shop. She want to do her own thing.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to do her own thing, and Wade is like, well, why don't you want to do your own thing? And then she also explains, well, it's not that easy. Like, this is my dad's dream. This is my dad built this for me, whatever. And I definitely could relate with what she's saying. And that's what happens, right? And so now, after that, Ember is now like having like realization of like, you know what, like maybe I should do my own thing or like follow my own thing. But like, how the heck can I, confront or let my dad know in a sense, right? And then they eventually, and also like really quickly, they end up like fixing because doesn't the water like break out a bit, but then they end up going back and they fix it with their glass. Remember that?
Yeah, that's after after the beach scene.
Yeah, because she's able to manipulate glass or whatever, and then we meet Wade's family, and there's a moment where she shows those powers, and Wade comes from a rich family, and his mother watches her, do like what she does, and says, you know what, I can offer you a job.
Or a scholarship, I think it was.
Yeah, like a really good internship.
Internship, yeah, you're right.
A really good internship or whatever, where they make like look at all these buildings. They're all made of glass.
You can make one.
Right, type shit. Like you could do a lot with your skill, whatever. And that's where it snowballed to her. We're realizing
I don't want to take over the shop.
Yeah, that's where it hits. Right?
Because this internship is far away.
Yeah, I forgot where she said
it's another city.
Is it another city or like just
far
another
away?
part?
Another part, not Element City. I just assumed it's another city.
I thought it was in Element City, but just far as fuck from it.
No, because they got at the end. I know we're skipping ahead. They go on a boat.
Yeah,
yeah.
You're right. Yeah, it's a different city then. It's Liberty City. Dumbass.
Dumbass.
But yeah, so that's what happens, and now I want to get into the like argument, man. Do you remember when Wade and Ember they had a huge argument? I forgot what it was. Okay, well, I think it happened before we. Okay, so obviously we get this heartfelt moment with them two, and Wade is like, let's just touch, and then she explains, she explains like, no, we can't, because you're fire. I could extinguish you. You could, no, you could extinguish me. I could fucking vaporize you or whatever the fuck. And they finally touch.
When we find out that nothing really happens, they they don't fuck each other over, like they don't.
And
go
I
for
think
each
what
other's
I
hand
think
or
what it
anything
is,
like that.
I think what it is though, because they're holding hands now. They're locking hands. They're holding each other. All you hear is the sizzling because of the right, and then obviously Wade's his hand is like boiling.
Yeah,
But I feel like that would hurt, man. Come on, he didn't react.
I know
That motherfucker was boiling, bro. Well, he didn't. He wasn't reacting. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I think in that right there, I think what happened is okay. If there's a little bit of fire and a lot of water, that water is gonna put out that fire.
Yeah.
If there's a lot of fire and a little bit of water, it ain't gonna put out the fire. So what happened? There was balance between both of them.
There was unity.
Type shit. Like there was like it was just balance.
Yeah, it was.
Like one wasn't too much than the other, and that's what they were able to like like hold hands and do those things. And so obviously during that heartfelt moment, that is where Wade confronts her and says, "Yo, why don't you tell your dad that you don't want to do this bullshit?" Like he didn't say it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, yo, some real shit. Like what?
Yeah, they kind of played on that a little bit in the very beginning, where it's
What do you
like
mean?
they're doing like the introductory shit, all that crap, and you're getting to know Ember. Where I think Ember's talking to, well, someone said some shit to Ember, right? Kind of
Okay.
making fun of her, and Ember's like, "Oh, I don't know, but how about you get off your ass and stop being lazy or whatever."
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, something like
Instead of
that.
saying ass, how about you get off your ass? She says ash,
Yeah.
which is funny to me.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. But yeah, so that that's where that happens. The heartfelt moments of Wade is like, "Yo, why don't you just tell your dad you don't want this, whatever?" And then that's where she gets upset. Like, you don't get it. Like, you think I'm gonna just take your rich job or whatever bullshit. You don't understand. This is my father's dream or whatever. And then she ends up storming off. And then we get to that scene where we find out Ember's father is finally gonna hand down the fireplace, the business to her, and they do like a grand opening, right? And now they're at this party outside. Ember's dad is about to I think Ember's about to give a speech or some shit, and then that's when Wade pulls up out of nowhere, and then the dad is like, why the fuck are you here?
Yeah.
Type shit. Because he ends up meeting him first.
Yeah,
but he doesn't like him.
and he ends up getting banned from the store.
Yeah, he gets banned from the store. But yeah, so he's like, who the hell, like, why are you here, whatever. And then even Ember's like, well, yeah, why are you here, Wade? He's like, oh, you know this guy? And then the mother already knows. She finds out that these two are in love or whatever, and they're like, don't tell dad or else he's gonna get pissed. Which is another another thing that happens commonly, at least I know with us, like Hispanics, like the mother would be lenient and shit, and like would try to help their kids and like keep quiet, not tell their father with, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Have you ever like gone through that shit?
No, yeah,
That's-
yeah, my mom would like tell me something like, yeah, but no le dices tu papá, okay? I was like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, don't tell your
worry.
father. Yeah, you know. Yeah, no, yeah. So that I'm like, I could relate with that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
that's
It's
very
just
true.
funny. But yeah, and so Wade gives his heartfelt like speech or whatever, and Ember's just straight up is like, I don't love you, bitch.
Like, fuck out of here.
Like, why are you here? I don't love you. And then
I think she says that, doesn't she?
yeah, she said, I don't love you, Wade. And then Wade is all like, dang, Charlie. Like,
down in the
walks what? What did
no,
you
I
say?
say down in the dumps.
All right. I mean,
No, because I was laughing because I was gonna say that, but then I remember the scene after this when they're like, "Don't even think about her, Wade." When with his family, he's like, "Go anywhere you want in the world. Just don't even think about it. You come back when you feel like it." And they're all crying.
oh yeah, they're all
I was
crying
looking
and
at that.
shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, he ends up, walking away, and obviously the father's like hyped. Everybody's like awkward.
Wait, you say hype?
Yeah, he was hyped. The father was hyped, I think. He was like, yeah, like.
I thought he was pissed. Didn't he say like, "I'm not retiring"?
Oh yeah. Because like, didn't they reveal? Oh yeah, because he connects the dots that they were seeing each other. Yeah, you're right. I'm tweaking. I thought he was hyped for some reason. No, you're right. Yeah, he gets pissed.
He's like, "Yeah, my daughter don't love you, bitch. Fuck you."
That's what I thought. That's what I thought, bro. No, you're right. You're right. He gets pissed and he's like, I'm not retiring. I'm taking back whatever. And then Embar, what the fuck?
Ember.
Embar.
Oh
What
my-
the fuck is that? Embar, what the hell? Ember is like upset. She's like, damn, I've really fucked up. And then right here, what happens, dude? Because now we get the scene where the glass that Ember made with Wade,
it
it
just
starts breaking
Yeah,
and water starts pouring in.
it just happened. It's just a random cut as all this is happening up. The tension is building up. It just cuts to the glass, that glass wall that they made, and it starts cracking. That's all. There's no. I'm guessing the pressure from the water finally.
Yeah, but I'm trying to
glass.
remember, how did Ember like realize that it was like fucking up?
I think the water started to leak again. It had to be the only. Or was it too late when she recognized?
Oh
that?
no, because they went inside the store, I think,
Oh,
and
it
then
was-
like the
it was
pipes were like,
leaking, right?
I think so.
It had to be like that, bro.
Yeah, so like the crazy tension so the glass that they made ends up breaking, covering that thing, and the water just starts pouring fucking in, refilling those drainages that leads to, what was it, Fire City or something? No, Firetown.
Firetown, yeah.
I think it was Firetown.
Yeah.
And so now Ember's like, holy shit, I gotta put a stop to this, and we get this cool scene where she's running away from the fire, you know, helping everyone out and everything. Wade ends up coming back to help her, and now they're at the store. Right now, yeah, they're at the store. Everything's getting flooded. The parents are safe. They're on top of like cars or whatever the fuck. Ember's trapped inside the store, and same with Wade. Ends up being there. She's like, "Yo, what are you doing here? I thought you never leave." Or like, "You came back." And he says some typical shit. Like, he says some typical shit where I heard when he said it, bro. I was like, bro, they always say this. Like, you came back. Yeah.
Oh,
and
he-
what? Miss this or some shit?
Oh,
Do you
I
remember
know
that?
what yeah.
He's like, yeah, I
yeah,
came back.
yeah.
What? And missed this? Like, you know what I'm talking about, bro?
Yeah, I know what
when
you
he
mean.
said that, I was like, dude, like,
And what-
you
she
see that
came
so
back.
many.
You really thought I'd leave you hanging?
And miss this? Yeah, dude, they always say that shit, bro. That's how generic the shit is, man. But it's still, I still like it, man. But yeah, when he said that, I wanted to laugh. I was like,
Yeah.
it was like one of those Disney Channel moments.
That's
I'm like,
facts.
that's funny as hell. Wait, but it is Disney. I was gonna say it's one of those Disney Channel moments, but it's a Disney shit. That's funny as hell. But yeah, he's like, I missed this, and then so now he's like trying to, hold the door so the water doesn't come in, and they're trying to protect that like fire. Do you remember that?
Yeah, because this fire is what
Yeah.
helped made the store. It's like this. I think it's
like a religious
It's a
thing.
ceremonial thing.
Yeah.
Fire, because it's not red fire like how the fire people look like. It's a blue flame.
Right.
So I'm guessing it's more special than just the regular red flame.
Yeah.
And that's the whole reason she goes in it, because Ember's dad brought that blue flame from Fireland
Yeah.
to Element City. So it's very important to him. So Ember's like, I can't let the water take it out because then I'll crush my father. So
Yeah.
that's why she gets trapped in there, because she wants to save that. And then obviously Wade comes in there and they go in that room. They get trapped in that room where the mother of Ember does her like seances for love.
Yeah, like
and shit.
tarot card readings type.
Yeah, that type
stuff.
shit, right? And they try to escape through the roof, but because of all the water that's being poured into Firetown, shit collapses because the buildings are old, bro. Remember these buildings were, even though it got developed, they're still old buildings.
Right.
So it crumbles, so they can't escape through the room. And there's no water in, but because the heat is trapped, it can't escape. The room temperature in the room builds up.
Yeah, so like the top, like there's a hole or some shit. They could try to escape from the top, but everything came down, blocking that entrance. The doorway was also blocked by the debris and the water. So now Ember and Wade are both trapped in there with the blue flame. Right. So yeah, they're trapped in there. Before we get into it really quickly, I also want to mention is that the reason why they left Firetown is obviously seek a better place, because there was like a huge like lava volcano explosion type shit.
Yeah.
And so then they left, and we later find out that they haven't seen their family or whatever in years, and not only that, that his father didn't approve of them leaving.
Yeah.
Which goes back to like I said with the whole immigrants, and like even my parents, like that's how it was. Like maybe not the whole not the whole like maybe disapproving and not giving that blessing, but there are many people that go through that where like
They haven't seen their dads.
no, I'm talking about like where they don't have that blessing. That's real life shit too.
Yeah.
Where like the parents will disown you if you want to leave or some shit. And that's what happened here. And a lot of people go through that. But what I'm saying to relate, what you're about to say, is that they haven't seen their family in like fucking years.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
That's a very serious thing.
Yeah. So anyways, we're back into this room, and now it's just Ember and Wade, and it's getting too hot in that bitch.
And obviously Wade's made of water.
So he starts evaporating.
He starts evaporating.
And I think this whole scene I really like.
I enjoyed this scene
I really
a lot.
like this scene.
And I would have enjoyed it more if they would have 100% committed to what we're about to say.
Yes, dude. That's something that we got to talk
after
about.
thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I think I would have enjoyed it a whole lot more, and it would have hit a whole lot harder if they committed to it. So obviously the room's getting a lot hotter. Wade's getting a lot smaller to the point where he disappears. When the water goes away and Ember's parents get him out.
Yeah. So okay. So they're together. They're holding each other and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Amber realizes that he's evaporating, and she's like, "Yo, we got to get you out." And then Wade is like, "There's no way out." He's like, "It's fine." And so then they just hold each other.
They hold each other.
And then we get the scene where the water is now leveled down. The father comes into the store, and everyone else, they start moving the debris from the doorway. And once the debris is cleared, and all we see is Ember on the floor, like laying down, like holding the fire. Yeah. And then they're like, "Yo, where's Wade?" And then she says, "Wade's gone." And then that moment, Wade was dead. Wade evaporated. He was dead. And she was saying, "Oh, how much I loved him and stuff." And then, the father was also,
who held this resentment for him. He was like, "Oh my God, this person who I hated saved my daughter."
Type shit, right? So I'm like, dang, like that's a good build.
It was. I was like, damn. And in this moment, I'm like, wow, like Pixar, they really they did it. Like I didn't think Wade they would kill him off. I was like, wow, that it hit harder.
Yeah, it definitely did. And I'm not gonna say, oh, I expected him to be alive, like how we were doing it with like Fast X and shit.
I didn't.
The reason why is because like Pixar has done these types of things before.
Yeah.
But I would say not a lot, right? But they have done some things like this, and that's why I was like, a part of me was like, oh shit, for real. Then another part of me was like, oh, he might come back. But I wasn't set on one or the other. I was just in the middle, like I have no idea.
I would
is he
say
coming back or not.
No, for me, I was leaning more towards, oh, he's actually dead, just because of the science behind. I'm like, bro, he's water. Like, how the fuck is he gonna come back? But I'm just like, I wasn't thinking of, oh, Pixar's done this before. I'm just thinking, oh, this is a kids movie, so they might bullshit him coming back.
That's fair. But then, it's funny that you said scientifically, right? Like, oh, scientifically, he evaporated. But let me hit you with this, right? So now they're having this conversation, right? And she finally opens up to her dad saying, hey, I don't want to do this because I'm sorry. I'm a terrible daughter because I'm not trying to take over the business. I'm not following your dream or whatever. And then he responds with, hey, like, that's not my dream. My dream is for you to follow your dream, essentially, right?
For you to be happy.
And it's okay. Yeah. And it's okay if you don't want to take over the business. You could have just said that. And we get this really wholesome moment. And because of this wholesome moment, all you hear is crying.
You hear like a distant fade.
Yeah. And you're like, what the hell? It's like, oh shit, Wade's back.
Yeah.
And all you see is a drop from the ceiling. And scientifically, this is what I'm telling you. It's because sure, when water evaporates, but when it's closed off, there's still that, what is it, condensation.
Oh, yeah.
Where there's still a little bit of driplets of water or like condensation in that area. That's some science shit right there for you, girl.
See, y'all, we not.
So that's how they did it. That's how they explained it.
Yeah, it doesn't make
so because
sense,
of that small room, there was that condensation, and it's obviously it's water. All you hear is like a small drop into this bucket, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's Wade!" And so she starts saying things that would make him cry. And so he starts crying, and that bucket fills up to the point where Wade is back, and that's how Wade comes back to life. And yeah, man. But I definitely, like, obviously I understand the explanation. I understand, like, it's Pixar, kid film and stuff. But now looking back at it, man, I think this movie would have gotten a higher rating for me, at least, if actually they committed to Wade dying.
Same here.
Because it would have hit, like, hard as fuck. Because, like, at that point, it's like, yo, this is how it is, man. Like, but I get it. It's a Pixar movie. You want to, family friendly, like, whatever. But I'm just saying, I kind of wanted that moment with, like, Up,
Where it starts off right away. And speaking of, they had a little intro. We can talk at the end, but they had a little intro thing with Up, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But back to the movie. We can mention it later.
And so, like, with Up, like, sure, not necessarily do it right away, but more in a sense where, they have a serious moment like that it can't be reversed. And it's there for you. And that's what made that Up clip that you were going to mention, like, hit hard.
Yeah, bro.
You know, but either way, like the way this movie ended with Wade coming back, finally, she's taking that job that
The internship.
she's taking that internship.
And that scene right there, to talk about it a little bit more, where she's getting onto the boat, I think that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie, along with Wade almost dying part.
Mm-hmm.
I think this scene where she's leaving to go on this internship that she's longing to go on, hit pretty hard because, and you almost mentioned it earlier when they were in Fireland, and Ember's father, right before he leaves to go to Element City, he does this like ceremonial something that's very like, hey, it's very like, you don't do this often,
Like a gesture.
it's a sign of respect, like, hey, it's very important. It's very important in their culture,
right?
where you bow down, you like you get on your knees and you bow down, lay both your hands on the ground, and the person you're doing it to is supposed to do it back, and as a sign of respect, or I give you my approval.
That reminded me, like, obviously I don't know too much culture. It reminded me of like maybe Japanese or like Chinese culture, where like they bow down to I don't know, to show respect or something like that.
Yeah, something.
You know what I mean?
I don't know too much.
Yeah, that's what that reminded me of.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
But yeah.
But Ember's dad does this to his father,
Right?
but he doesn't do it back. He didn't approve, like Hector said.
Yeah.
And so Ember's dad left, leaving in disapproval of his family.
Right. Exactly.
And so here at this moment, when Ember's leaving to go to this internship, she does it to her dad. But this time it gets reciprocated, where Ember's dad does it back to her.
Exactly.
And it creates a really cool moment where I'm just like, damn.
Like he's giving that blessing.
And that blessing, like, hey, like, I approve, like, go be happy with your internship and with Wade, like do your thing. And I was like, damn, that's a cool, like, full circle type of thing.
Definitely. And now Ember's dad is finally retired, and now the people taking over the business is maybe a couple of friends or something.
A couple of friends, people who are probably in the neighborhoods, like, hey, I don't want to shut down. You want to run it?
Right. So yeah, and now Wade and Ember, they're on their way onto that boat to seek that opportunity that Ember wanted to do. You know, and that's pretty much how it ends. And like I said, it's a really fun movie. There's a lot of really deep meaning and themes and stuff. And even though Wade is alive and how he came back scientifically, right, makes sense. Okay, cool. And him crying, right? That's why they made him to cry for that to happen.
One of the drinks that made me mad, like, make him, Dad, quickly, Dad, make him cry. You're not banned from my store.
Oh yeah, right. That was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so even then, it's still a good movie. I still really like the movie a lot, even though I just think it would have maybe hit that bitch harder, you know, if Wade actually died.
Yeah.
And Ember coming out of as a new person, because even though she does come out as a new person now, because she's now able to express her feelings more, because that was the whole problem throughout this movie, is that she wasn't able to.
The reason why she got so easily frustrated was because she always had to hold back,
right,
and not be honest with herself. But now that she has this weight lifted off her shoulder of not inheriting the family business, she's like, oh my God, I find it much more easier to express myself. I find it much more easier to be honest with myself and with my parents.
And especially just with like Wade, as having like being there for her and showing her how to be like vulnerable and stuff like that. Because even like in that blip scene, right, she's like, how do you do it, man? Like, how do you bring out the best in people? How do you, you know, and he tries showing her and guiding her and stuff. So yeah, she is definitely a different person. But I think it would have hit a lot harder, man, if Wade actually did pass, and she is, you know, a new person because of him,
because of his sacrifice.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I think this movie would have hit a lot harder if Wade did die.
So now now that we had the discussion, the breakdown or whatever, now that we had the discussion and like mentioning all these different points, do you still think it's a 7 for you?
I would still think it's a 7. I think if Wade would have died, it would have bumped it to an. I was like, damn, because they fully committed to it.
Yeah, okay.
No, man. I think one of the reasons why I give it a 7 is because I think, yes, Wade is a supportive character, but I just felt like Wade could have done more. You know what I mean? And people are gonna say, like, what do you mean? He taught Ember how to be carefree, to be honest with her. Like, yes, but I meant like in terms of like they made Wade to be this perfect person. in a sense. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I bet Wade deals with his own struggles and stuff like that too, but they never showed it. It made him kind of seem like he's always this happy guy who
that's
makes
true.
other people around him happy, who's always honest. And yeah, Wade you can be always honest, but people deal with issues no matter how. No one's perfect in this world.
Yeah, that's
No
true.
one. And that's one thing I just thought was like, come on, like give him. I'm not saying it has to take over the main story, but give him his little struggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's one thing that made it like kind of like took me out of it. I'm just like, Wade's kind of like this perfect character in the sense in order to support Ember and her struggle. You know what I mean?
I would say that's a definitely fair point, and that makes sense, and I agree with you. But then again, I could maybe point out maybe one flaw. Is that he's too emotional.
Yeah, because he's always crying.
He's too emotional. And, like, the truth is, guys, I know it's like a kid's movie and stuff. Or, Mario brought up about the whole realism and stuff. The truth is, there will be things where you're going to have to do certain things that you don't like, regardless of how you feel. Right? Like, for example, like your dad. I'm pretty and my dad, right? Many other of you guys, whoever is a breadwinner, whether it's your mother, whether it's your father, whoever is a breadwinner of the household, there's many moments of them, feeling upset and down, and feeling tired, or they're just straight out of it and sad. But guess what? They got to do what they got to do for the people they love and for the, the house and their kids and stuff, regardless of how they feel. And if you're too vulnerable and maybe too emotional and you act out on those emotions too much, it could really hinder some things. For example, if let's say your mother or your father, like I said, whoever the breadwinner is, let's say they do open up about their emotions and stuff and they listen to their emotions, guess what? They're not going to do what they need to do. They're not going to go to work. They're not going to, do that shit because they're too emotionally like unstable, so realistically there has to be like a balance, right? And I think, me personally, I think like that what this was in a sense how I saw them, Wade being super emotional and vulnerable and unstable with his emotions, while Ember was just stoic, and she's like, fuck the feelings, I got to get it done. Exactly. And then when they that's why when they pair up together, it forms like a perfect balance. And that's why like when they're able to hold each other and stuff like that. That's just how I saw it. Okay. Does that make sense?
I see it. It's like yin and yang type of
yes,
thing. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, I see that. Exactly. I definitely see that.
Well, exactly. And yeah, but if we're going to talk realistically, guys, unfortunately, like, yes, it's okay to be vulnerable and stuff like that to people who you trust and people who you love, but understand that there has to be a balance. You can't let your emotions like dictate your life and hinder your ability to actually be happy and do things. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just how I pictured it and stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be. I mean, we pretty much covered everything. We said what we had to say. Want to recap?
Pixar movie.
Yeah, once a recap. Mario's giving it a 7. I'm giving it an 8. And that's gonna be our Elemental review / spoiler discussion. We hope you guys enjoyed. And we're the next episode, like I said, it's gonna be Secret Invasion, and I have no idea what's next after Secret Invasion. Because we're gonna be busy with that for a while. Secret Invasion is gonna last till like July.
The next thing I can clearly think of is Oppenheimer, or Oppenheimer, however you say it. That's the next one I can clearly think of.
That you're gonna like miss, right?
No, I hope. I thought Oppenheimer. Does it come out early July?
Let me look.
No way. I don't want to miss Oppenheimer, bro. If I miss it, I'm gonna be bummed.
But yeah, you were saying.
I mean, I'll watch even if I'm not there for a review. I'm still gonna watch that fucking movie.
And also, guys, like I said, we're a small team. We can't review everything. Like, there's some movies that we missed, like The Blackening. I wanted to see that.
I really want to. Yeah, I think I heard good things.
We missed The Boogeyman.
I was gonna say.
And here's the thing, I still want to watch them. Maybe we won't review them just because we're already so late on them. But I still want to watch them because, like I said, at the end of the year, I want to do that list shit. And not only that, guys. Maybe in the future, maybe the next year, if we still can't be super consistent, that maybe we're still missing movies, maybe what we could do is we could still watch these movies that we miss or whatever and review them, but like probably do it only like for Patreon members or something.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, because let's be real. Like, let's say Infinity Pool, right?
Yeah.
Let's say Infinity Pool that came out what, February?
Came out a long ass time ago.
Long ass time ago, right? Let's say we wanted to review it. We can't put it on the main. We can't put it on the main because it's an old movie and people are gonna be like, "Yo, like what the heck?" Like,
nothing good. 6 months later, why?
Yeah, you know exactly. But guess what? Guess who will watch that? The real fans, the real supporters,
mm-hmm.
the real
motherfuckers.
Right, the people who actually like don't care or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I guess it's just an OCD thing for me as well. I kind of want to like.
No,
stay
I
consistent.
feel you.
You know what I mean? I kind of don't want to like.
You don't
mix
fuck
and
it up.
match.
Yeah.
I want to go in order.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
And the only way I could mix it up is if like there's a double feature. Mm-hmm. Like if 2 movies or 3 movies come out the same weekend, that doesn't matter which order we upload those. Mm-hmm. You know, but I'm just saying I want to keep it nice and steady.
Yeah.
And for a movie that's like old, like Infinity
like
Pool
months,
or whatever, or like Missing, or you know.
And
what I mean?
It sucks because Infinity Pool, we both watched that, right? And I was watching the movie. Yeah. I'm like, yo, there's some weird ass fucking parts in this shit. I was like,
we could have made hella
when we were watching it, we were planning on review, but then we talked about like, yo, it's too late. Like, what's the point?
Like it's already been 3 months.
Yeah.
No, not 3 months. Like 3 weeks or 1 month.
It was really late, either way. But yeah, there was something where I'm like, hey, I know Hector going crazy right now.
So ultimately, guys, the goal, guys, that I want to do is I want to make this and content creation, everything, like a full-time job. And obviously, I want that for myself, and I want that for you and everyone, to the point that we can fucking review every single movie that we can.
And we don't gotta do it all in one day. Remember,
Exactly.
There's some days we review like 3 things in one day.
Exactly, right? Yep. Like that's my goal. But since obviously we're not at that goal right now, then I say the things that we miss. And let's say a movie comes out, we miss it, but then it's not until 3 months later where we have time to watch it and we want to review it. Boom, we could review it and stuff, and we could just put it in for Patreon members, for like the supporters that actually care about that. Like if they would still listen to that or whatever the fuck. Does that make sense?
No, I feel you.
I mean, I think that would be a good use for Patreon.
That would be a good use, and we could do other shit. It doesn't have to be reviews.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be other. Yeah, it could be other things. Maybe you'll get like. Let's say you get it early, like maybe a week early or 2 days early of a review. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, early access.
Yeah, type stuff or whatever. Either that or like make a whole new channel. Like I said, we already talked about that.
Yeah,
I already talked about that because if I do a new channel, then that means like, what about the people listening on audio? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean. You don't have to be on Patreon.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, that's what we plan on doing. I don't know. We'll see, but we're gonna try our best to cover the big movies and everything. And eventually, in the future, we're gonna try to get every single movie. Mm-hmm. Not every single movie that comes out, but every single movie that we're interested in. Right. Exactly. And by then, that's pretty much it. Mm. But with that being said, guys, that's gonna be our Elemental review. Mario's not gonna be with us for like a while, so yeah, he's gonna be missing out. And thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Peace.